If there were ever a vehicle which, even among our collection, didn't really need an introduction, it would of course be a Jaguar XFR. But we are going to introduce it anyway because this is without question one of the loveliest examples on the market, because even though it has about average mileage of an XFR, particularly a facelift 2013 example, just kissing 80,000 miles, it somehow still comes in at a barely believable price point of under £15,000. That is an astronomical amount of performance, let alone everything else which these cars are capable of for that kind of price point. And of course it does still have the option, if you wanted to make use of it, of low deposit finance as well. Now for many of you, justifiably so, you don't really need to hear any more. We are going to get into plenty more, but this vehicle, we've said it before and we'll say it again, is not going to be in our collection for long at all. In fact, it may well be gone by the time this video goes out. But in addition to the original keeper being Jaguar themselves, and only having two private enthusiast keepers ever since, so of course this is the definition of a beloved Jaguar performance car, but of course, all importantly, that full main agent service history. In fact, it was most recently serviced barely 1,500 miles ago and has a no advisory MOT until February of 2026. The XFR itself is not exactly the kind of vehicle which necessarily needs optional extras, given that the engine is of course the primary selling point here anyway, but this is even more of a special car there as well. Some of you will have noticed that it has the electronic sunroof, which is very, very rare. In fact, that's rare to find on XFs in general, let alone the XFR, and of course being one of Jaguar's own vehicles to begin with explains its fantastic spec. Speaking to that spec, it's finished, as you can tell, in ultimate metallic black, possibly the single best colour for one of these. It's got the black pack as well as the astute eye will have seen. Of course, that full ivory leather interior, gorgeous suede headliner. These are, for those who have never been in one or driven one, incredible cars to experience. There is no other word for it. Quite literally the perfect combination of luxury and British muscle put together. A 5-litre supercharged V8, 503 horses, 461 foot-pounds of torque. That's up around 600 newtons, a 0 to 60 time of 4.6 seconds. And Jaguar themselves actually took, of course, a modified version, especially when it comes to aero and tyres, of one of these cars to 227 miles an hour. So to say that the XFR is a rapid vehicle is the understatement of the century, and this is a car which, much like the S-Type R as well, and even the XJR, you could say, people really are beginning to fully appreciate just how special they are. They're becoming highly collectible, and the fantastic thing about them is you can use these cars. They're practical. You have the kind of ride quality, the space, the comfort, fantastic interior design of a normal XF, but everything's pushed up to the proverbial 11. That includes, of course, the aforementioned sunroof, front and rear parking sensors with reverse camera, of course that monstrous sports exhaust which sounds absolutely incredible on one of these. In fact, you could say that these sound even better than the XKR with that same engine, partially because of course the exhaust system is longer and has more resonance on the four-door platform. It has of course its two original keys and owner's book pack intact, touchscreen display with a 17-speaker Meridian sound system. You almost have to feel sorry for the sound system though, because for most owners you're probably not going to be listening to that very much. It does incidentally though have Bluetooth, auxiliary inputs, navigation of course, cruise control, and these really are stunning for long distance drives with actually much better fuel economy than you would think on the motorway, over 30 miles per gallon in fact. Being a 2013 car, that naturally means it's a facelift model as well of course, with those day running LEDs and xenon headlights. It also has dual zone climate control, that active diff, and it's not just about straight line performance. These are wonderful through corners as well. And the cherry on the cake is, if you really want to terrify the kids on the school run, it even comes with Isofix prepped seats as well. If it were not already clear, it certainly should be now why this car is not going to be around for very long. At under £15,000, it is a literal supercar wrapped in a four-door practical luxury car body, which you could genuinely use as often as you want to, with a tremendous soundtrack as well. So of course, if you would like to get in touch about this XFR, you could send us an email to the address shown right here on screen, or alternately give us a call on 01749 871 155, or of course on our mobile number of 07482 267 439.